there's a reluctance to hand over the crown jewels or personal data to through these APIs. So again, that's a potential advantage for a startup who's building that information, maybe running things more locally or dividing the work so that you don't have information leaking. How you integrate this with the workflow. So again, if you're building the basic capability, sure, right, the model can provide terrific answers. But how does that go into, if you're a doctor or a nurse, the notes that you're taking? How does it integrate with your electronic medical record system? How does it integrate with your ability to shop? So do you then include a link that's pointing at a particular shopping engine, including one that can say deliver in Indonesia or in China or in a place where Amazon is not as successful. So there's just so many places where when you go beyond the basic language model or the basic image model and you put it together inside an application where there's room to differentiate and to fine-tune. So I would say that in terms of broad categories, data sets, workflow, and user experience, building an app where the AI model is just a part of it are some of the key places that I see. I would start with, what's the business case, right? What is the business problem that's being solved that we think AI might do really well on, whether it's risk management or education or whatever it is. But let's, I, as an AI person for decades, get so enamored of the technology, but we have to remember it's got to come down to a pain point, and you have to be able not just to create value, but also capture value, also monetize it, all those business questions. So I would start with, what's the business case? I would also start to kind of juice up our creativity around the business case with exploration. So whether it's this Ollie thing that I posted, or whether it's ChatGPT itself or some other model, definitely anybody and everybody should be spending some time each week playing with those things, getting the intuitions. What does it do? What is it bad at? How is it changing? How is one better than the other? Both those, right, require no coding, so they're fast, they're interactive, they're cheap. First of all, I do think that it's a wonderful metaphor, and I think it's accurate. And I think software and AI for a long time has been a Lego aspect, right? There are libraries and you build on top of other work. But let's home in on the specific aspect here. I don't think that it will be a monopoly, because there are open source models, there are these specialized models, and the phrase that people have been using, which is actually in a funny way not dissimilar to Lego or Lego Master or Lego Artist, is orchestration. That's the term of art in systems like LangChain and so on. And basically, people are already doing what's sometimes called ensemble models, where if you have a question, you decide which model do I route it to. Is it the cheaper one? Is it the fastest one? Do I collect the responses for multiple ones? So I do think that the systems people will rely on multiple models. And for example, when you're building the system, even if you're building for the first time, and let's say, I don't know, GPT-4 does a great job for you, you want to build it in a modular fashion, that if down the road, for cost reasons, for latency reasons, because a new model emerges, you want to take out GPT-4 and plug in a different model, or plug in another model in addition to it, you can do it easily. And the emerging frameworks and tools make that relatively easy. So one really important thing if you're building is from day one, build the ability to do that. And it's not completely simple, because even if you have just the modularity of the calls, right? You have an API and you do basic software modularity. There's a bunch of work that goes into the prompting, right? Designing high quality prompts. And you have to think, how am I going to transfer those prompts and those prompting strategies to another model.